Hey, what's up? It's Tim Allwell. Just completed level 28 inside of Limitless, which was the Ultra Read. So I got my 5 books right here, and I did 5 minutes for each book. So now I'm going to go through and quickly give you one nugget that I took away from each one of these reads. So the first book I had was Persuasion by Robert Cialdini. And one thing, or two things that I actually picked up from this book to be more persuasive was one, presence. And that's just being really present in the moment, giving your attention to somebody, making sure your eyes aren't darting around and you're not trying to think ahead of and think what to say, but really just staying true to the interaction. And then 2 was give compliments. So there was a stat in there, something like haircuts in one Great Clip store, like the sales went up 37%. I don't know what the stat was, but something about how just people were like more likely to pay and say that they got a good haircut if the hairstylists were giving them compliments on how their hairstyle was or just how their hair laid or whatnot. So just give more compliments to people. Second book I had was From Good to Great. By Jim Collins. And there was a graph in there that I thought was really interesting. It basically broke down the 5 levels of hierarchy from someone who starts at a competent individual. A competent individual was like the base level, and that's just someone who is really good with a certain skill and they show up. But then as you graduate into the very 5th level, which was a very effective leader, someone who's able to actually move groups of people, inspire them to take action and really rally organizations and companies. And there was just that diagram just stuck in my mind, and I kind of identified where I'm at, and I looked at the different characteristics within each hierarchy, and I kind of saw like where I need to head. So I thought that was a good takeaway. The third book I had was Tax-Free Retirement by Patrick Kelly. So I wanted to just get a quick good nugget about taxes, since it's not something I'm very educated on. And one thing that it said was to really set the goal of how much you want to retire and then break it down on how much you need to save per month to make that financial retirement goal possible. So really define where your goal is for retirement, and then break it down by how many months that you need to invest and how much per month you need to invest. But also you need to start now. There was something in that book that actually kind of shocked me. It said that when you die, you're still liable for federal and state income tax. And the example was, if you had $1 million saved up and you die, like the stats that they gave is 350,000 of that could go to federal income tax, another 90,000 would go to state. So your 440,000 already just evaporates as soon as you're dead. So you're not protected. I don't know if there's strategies to protect that money when you die, but I thought that was just kind of shocking and alarming for me. So I got to get on my tax game. The next book I had was Steal Like an Artist. What I really liked about this was that nothing's really original. There's no ideas that are really original. Everything is stolen from other people and just enhanced or made better. So I just thought of ideas of marketing funnels, websites that I could model off of but enhance, make better, emails, copy, ways to position and sell my products, my services. How can I steal from other people who've already gone out and done the hard work to make sure that idea is proven and tested and that it works? But how can I modify it to make it actually better user experience? How can I offer intensify bonuses on top of it to make it even better? So I thought that was cool. And then the last one I have is All Marketers Tell Stories by Seth Godin. And some of the takeaways I had in that, sorry, my arm's getting really tired, was that in your storytelling, and this was the first book I read, so I'm having a little trouble recalling exactly what are some of the big takeaways, but I think don't get too heavy on the facts. Use all the emotions, all the 5 senses, really bring someone into that story and be authentic. That was it. Be authentic and consistent with your story, and use all 5 senses. So touch, smell, sight, hearing, feel. Embed all those elements into your stories and really make your story come alive and get someone really attached and attracted and interested and curious in what your story is. So those are my 5 books. I actually really love the practice of ultra reading. I'm traditionally someone who likes to read a book front cover to cover, and I used to feel really guilty about it. This is something I'm going to be implementing in my weeks, maybe once or twice a week going forward. I just got a lot of value on that today. So thanks for watching. See you guys in the next Limitless level.